Alright gang, so I'm just getting off work. It's Friday morning. It is 8:11 and I'm getting ready to head to the DMV to see if I can get this hazmat exam taken care of. I feel prepared. I got about a little over an hour before I get home. You guys keep it locked. Let's get it. Alright gang, so apparently the location that I had planned on going to, they're actually not testing today, or they are, but they're at capacity right now, so they're not doing any more testing today. We're gonna head downtown and go to that location. Hopefully they're not full by the time I get there, so we'll see. Keep it locked. All right gang, so we made it downtown. I'm gonna have to pay to park here though, so I gotta get this phone number off this sign so I can text this junk. Gotta pay to park. So let me get this number and pay to park in this spot. I'm gonna have to leave my camera. I'm gonna leave my camera in the car because it's almost like TSA getting into this building. All right, gang, so y'all ain't gonna believe this, man. I left the DMV where I was at downtown because they told me when I finally got up to the window that they don't offer the hazmat testing at that location, which that's not what it says online. So he told me I had to go back to the location that I wanted to take the test at originally, which said it was filled to capacity. He said that's the only location that offers that testing. So that's where I'm going now. He was able to put me in the line, so hopefully when I get there, I don't have to wait too long before my name is called or number is called to get to the front of the line. So we'll see. Somebody don't want me to get my hazmat endorsement on my license. It's a process as far as getting the hazmat endorsement on your license. After you take the exam, if you successfully pass, you still have to be fingerprinted and take a background check. And normally the background check could take, you know, online it says 30 to 45 days for that process to be completed. So, you know, we'll see, man, we'll see. I think I'm gonna get this one right here, man. All right, I made it to the spot, so let's try this again. Alright guys, as you can see here, your boy got his hazmat endorsement again. These were the fees. So after about, what, 2.5 hours later, finally done, finally leaving the DMV. I'm tired, man. I've been up here longer than expected, a lot longer than expected. Just a super long wait time, man. It's just ridiculous. And it wasn't even really anybody taking like CDL exams except me and another guy, but I guess they were just backed up with all these other people doing different things here at the DMV, man. So just long wait times. Even after I took the exam, I had to wait a long time before somebody came and got me to finally do the fingerprinting and all that type of stuff. So my actual license, Tallahassee has to mail me out another one. That normally takes about 30 days or so before I get my new license with the endorsement on there. But I wanted to show you guys the proof, the paperwork right there. You see the fees and all that. Did the fingerprinting, you know, all that type of stuff here. But overall, man, the experience being at the DMV, most times than not, you here for a long time. Even when you try to get into the line sometimes, because you can get into the line here at the DMV. I don't know how it is everywhere else, but here, you know, you could just send a text message and join the line. So that way, whenever you get to the DMV, if you time it right, you know, you'll be able to just, you know, jump to the head of the line whenever you get here. That's kind of how it works. But even with that, the guy at the other DMV put me in the line, and I get here and still had, you know, some wait time. So it is what it is, man. We got it done. So that's the main thing. But yeah, man, I wanted to go and, you know, talk to you guys about hauling fuel and why I'm not necessarily in a hurry to haul fuel. And the reason for that is I'm not ready to give up my weekends and holidays to haul fuel. Not right now. I'm not saying that'll be the case permanently, but right now I enjoy my weekends off. I enjoy being off major holidays and things of that nature. My wife has weekends off, so you know that works for us. And yeah, man, you know, when you hauling fuel, that's one thing you gotta remember. You working weekends and holidays for the most part. That just comes with the nature of that particular job, and that's something, you know, you definitely have to be aware of when you're thinking about hauling fuel. Not that there's anything wrong with working those days, right? Like if, you know, if you got a Monday, Tuesday off, or whatever, you know, days off you got during the week, you know, it is what it is. But you just can't bank on having a weekend off, because that's just not realistic when you hauling fuel. Particularly like if you a newer driver. I don't know what the veteran guys got, but or they may even rotate weekends, who knows. But basically don't plan on being off on weekends or major holidays in the fuel game. So with me knowing that, I'm just not ready to give up those days right now. But one thing I can say about fuel hauling, you know, I think that's one of those jobs to where there's a lot of stability in hauling fuel. So if I was to ever, you know, leave food service, fuel hauling would definitely be at the top of the list in terms of a job that I would, you know, go to. I don't have a problem with hauling fuel. You know, for me, when it comes to choosing jobs in the trucking industry, I want to choose a job to where I feel like there's some stability there. Not necessarily job security. And I've said this time and time again, I don't necessarily believe in job security, but stability, right? Going to a job where, you know, you don't necessarily have to worry about getting laid off unless there's some type of crisis or something extreme, right? Like we experienced a few years ago. But for the most part, in most cases, it's gonna take something to that extreme to be getting laid off from something like food service or fuel hauling, you know, jobs like that, compared to some of the other jobs out there, you know, trucking jobs where if the economy isn't in good shape, it's real easy to get laid off with some of these jobs. Particularly when you think about something like LTL. If you're the low man on the totem pole and you can be in LTL, work for a company for years, 2-3 years. If you somebody who don't have a lot of seniority, you can be cut, laid off, right? You see that all the time in LTL. That's common in LTL. All right, man, I had to go ahead and part real quick so I can finish up this video and eat my food before it get cold. But like I was saying, man, when it comes to, you know, some of the stable jobs in the trucking industry, food service and fuel hauling are definitely two of them. There are more out there. I know that something like LTL is easy. It's a gravy job once you get seniority and things like that. But coming in as a new driver, you know, if anything crazy were to happen, whenever it gets slow or anything like that, you know, you see a lot of guys in that space complaining about, you know, not having hours, not having days, and just drivers getting laid off, right? And for me, it's just too much uncertainty in LTL. But yeah, so, you know, if the time comes and I leave food service and I want to pivot to something like fuel hauling or any other tanker job, you know, dealing with hazmat or whatever the case may be, I can pivot, you know? And that's why it's good to have those endorsements, so you can have more job opportunities and just have more options available to you. And so I always encourage you guys to get those endorsements, even if you feel like, you know, you may never do a particular job that requires you to have a certain endorsement. You just never know, right? And so it's just, I think, a good idea to go ahead and get those endorsements just to have them, you know, if you're gonna be a truck driver. And so that's, you know, that's my philosophy behind it. Obviously, you guys do whatever it is that you want to do. But that's it, guys. That's all I got for you, man. I appreciate each and every one of you for supporting the channel. Look, until the next video, I'll catch you guys on the next one, man. Y'all take care. Peace.